Now that we've completed our graphic organizer for our persuasive text, we're going to use it to write a fully developed, well-structured persuasive text for our readers. This was the persuasive text organizer that we worked from. And you'll remember that when we talked about how to fill it out, we started in the center right here. So the very first thing we were to state in our graphic organizer was the opinion that we had about the issue we were going to talk about. This is where you're going to start when you write your persuasive text as well. So you're going to look to the middle to see what you have here to get started with your writing. So the very opening statement in my persuasive text will be this one right here. Students should have physical education every day. That's going to be the very first line in my opening paragraph so that my reader understands what it is I'm about to talk about. So for my persuasive text, the opening paragraph might look like this. Here's my opening statement as stated on my graphic organizer. Students should have physical education every day. The next statement I use to help further clarify what it is I'm about to talk about. So students should have physical education every day, and then I point out phys ed usually involves physical activity, which is good for students for a number of reasons. So I further clarify my opinion by pointing out that phys ed classes usually involve activity, and activity is good for us. The next part of this paragraph right here just summarizes the reasons I'm going to talk more about in the rest of my text. All I do is sort of list them so that my reader knows what I'm about to talk more about. So for my reasons, listed on my graphic organizer, I just pulled them out and listed them. Some of these reasons include making students physically and mentally well, encouraging students to work together, and promoting students' understanding of their body and the way they work. All I did to create that paragraph was state my opinion, clarify it a little, and then essentially I listed my reasons. So if you remember in your graphic organizer, we had reasons and we had related facts. Each of these chunks where we have the reasons and then the associated facts, these are going to become your paragraphs. So in my next paragraph, I'm going to state the reason, and I'm going to follow it up by creating a sentence for each of these facts that I've listed. So this is what the next paragraph will look like. You state my reason that you just saw in my graphic organizer. One reason physical activity is so important is because it helps make students healthier. That was my reason. Then I follow it up with the facts that support that reason. In phys ed, students usually get involved in physical activities. Physical activity helps students develop stronger muscles. The most important muscle in your body is your heart, and when you are active, that muscle gets strengthened too. Sometimes school can be stressful. Being active helps alleviate stress. Finally, physical fitness helps prevent some diseases like diabetes and heart disease. By avoiding illness, you stay more physically and mentally well. So if I just quickly look back, I'll see that I stated my reason, I talked about the muscles, the heart being the most important one, I talked about stress and how it relieves stress, and that's a common occurrence in school, and then I talked about how it prevents illnesses. I listed a couple of illnesses, and then I pointed out that preventing illness keeps us healthier and stronger. At the end of your persuasive text, so after you've gone through each of the reasons, on this graphic organizer there was 3, so you probably have about 3 paragraphs in the body of your text. You're going to do sort of what we did with that first reason 3 times. And your final paragraph should restate your opinion. So your reader starts by knowing your opinion and finishes knowing your opinion. Here's my closing paragraph. So I state my opinion again. As you can see, physical education is an important subject that students should have every day. Phys ed helps promote a healthier body and mind, helps students learn to work together, and encourages students to better understand their bodies and how their bodies work. These are just a few of the reasons why students should have physical education. So all I did was state my opinion, recap the reasons, relist the reasons, state my opinion again. So follow that procedure using your graphic organizer, and that'll help you write a really well-structured, coherent, persuasive text.